welcome to another live stream watch long reaction. Today, this afternoon, we are watching and reacting to the 2025 CONCACAF Caribbean Cup draw. Reacción de la Sorteo de la Copa Caribe de la CONCACAF. The first of two draws we're covering this afternoon, this evening. Both draws of both tournaments, both regional tournaments. But we're here. Draw starts, the draw live stream, or I should say the draw stream from CONCACAF starts at 4 Central. But we're here because why not? How we doing? Isiah, how we doing? Everybody. 2 streams. They shouldn't take that long. Within an hour or so. Of course, but they'll try to make these longer than they should be because that's what they do. Pots for this Caribbean Cup draw. 10 teams will be in this tournament. 2 teams per pot. 2 groups of 5. And we got some teams that people will recognize. Even people outside of the Caribbean part of CONCACAF. Pot 1, Cibao FC and Mount Pleasant FA. Cibao, of course, big club in the Dominican Republic. Mount Pleasant was in the first CONCACAF Caribbean Cup. Made the semifinals. Yeah. Lost to Cavalier, then lost to Mocha. Yep. Pot 2, Cavalier FC. Speaking of Cavalier FC, the defending champions of this tournament, are back. Also in Pot 2 are the inaugural champions, SV Robin Hood from Suriname. They're back as well. And they will be in opposite groups. If they finish in the same position in each group, they'll face each other in the final if they win their semifinals. And they were the first final. Cavalier versus Robin Hood was the first final of this tournament. So, we might get a defending champion versus inaugural champion final. I think we're all rooting for that. Are we? Let's just be real. Pot 3, Defense Force FC from Trinidad and Tobago. They've been here before. The inaugural tournament, they were here. O&M FC from the Dominican Republic. They are new. Yes, they are new. They are in this tournament. Yes, they are. Well deserved as well. People love that review video. Pot 4, Juventus de Cais from Haiti. They're brand new. No, we won't say Juve Merda for them. No. Would it be Mer? Because Haiti speaks French. Would it be Mer? Either way. We'll leave that alone. Central FC from Trinidad and Tobago. They're new. And then Pot 5, of course, is the Caribbean Football Union CFU Shield champion and the CFU Shield Club Shield runner-up for Pot 5. Of course, we don't know who those will be until, July? Late July. If I can cover those games, I will. Those 2 semifinals and final, I will. I think they are all on YouTube, so that shouldn't be a problem. But might be smart to cover those games. I don't know. Either way, actually, speaking of the CFU Club Shield, let's see who's in that tournament while we're waiting for them to do all their falderall and bullshit. Or who's the favorites. Better way to spend the time than not. Here we go, Club Shield. I don't think they're going to miss a beat either, but we'll find out. Cool. And the fact that Corey Perry won't retire. He's still going to play. Downtown Connor Brown is back, yeah. Sadly, I got to watch the freaking World Cup qualifier game tomorrow. Sure about that? Okay, so their website just sucks. Huh. Trying to figure this out. Draw's about to start. Oh, there's the CFU Club Shield. There it is. Arnett Gardens won it last year, of course. And there's no news about the teams in the Club Shield. Let's see when this article was written. July. So we won't know. So we ain't gonna know nothing until July. Of course. Okay, so when we do the prediction video, we'll know who the Caribbean Football Union Shield champion and runner-up are for this tournament. Who will be in this tournament? Well, we'll know, but the first time I'm going to talk about them is when those semifinals are over. So, we're ready to go. Huh? Nah. What the hell? If that's their Club World Cup jersey, that's ugly. Oh my God. Oh, speaking of LAFC, Cengiz Ünder, his purchase option will not be exercised by LAFC. He's going back to Fenerbahce while he's injured for 3 weeks. Well, that's smart. Well, yeah, that's not good in baseball. It's bad. It's bad. Draw's about to start. And here we go. The draw's about to start. Well, I wouldn't say he sucked. He had his moments. He's better than Giroud. He was worth $25 million though, and he had a DP spot that they probably could use better during the Club World Cup. So, makes sense. 2 days ago, the CONCACAF Champions Cup ended. Now we're back to set up the draw for what sets up the 2026 CONCACAF Champions Cup. Time marches on. Time marches on. They're showing some Falderall and bullshit. That's where we are now, is Falderall and bullshit time. Just why do we... You know what? I will. Why? Why? Like, yeah, give love to the defending champions. Fine by that. We know how this works. We know how this works by now. Who watches draws but people who know what's going on? Seriously. I think the only people who watch draws are the people who know what's going on. Do we have to go over this? Like, it's 2 pots, 5 pots of 2 teams. Blind draw. Each team goes into a pot, into a group from that pot. I mean, seriously. Well, what they're doing is showing love to defending champions. That's fair, but no, I don't see it happening. No. There's only 10 teams to draw. This should not take an hour. And then the next draw starts at 5:30 p.m. Central for the Central American Cup. That one should take a little bit longer. I can understand that. There's 4, 8, 12, 16, 20 teams there for 4 groups of 5. That makes sense. 10 teams does not. That should be lickety split. Be flossing and flying this. Yeah, nobody gets that reference. We already, another one. Why? My Lord, can we just do the draw already? Oh, when Mocha got their ass kicked by Cavalier. Oh, and also Ral Hope versus Sabao. It's a good time to be a Cruz Azul Dodgers fan. I guess so. Defending World Series champions and Champions Cup winners. Speaking of Cruz Azul, it sounds like Larcamon's going to be their new manager instead of Almada. Have you lost your mind? Since it's only, 4 o'clock, I'm going to keep it PG. Have you lost your mind? Have you effing lost your mind? Do we... Really, Larcamon's a better manager than Vicente Sanchez, really. Have you lost your mind? Like, I get if you want to fire him. I get if you want to fire him for Almada. I get that. Makes sense. Not exactly for Larcamon. Well, the only way that could happen is if they finish opposite. If they finish top 2, but one finishes first in one group and one finishes second in the other, then they could face in the semifinals. If they both finish first or second in the group, 3 rounds, 10 clubs of the Caribbean Cup, they could face in the final or third place. Group A, Group B, 5 teams per group. Round robin play. They play each team once, 2 home, 2 away. 2 games at home, 2 away against each team in their group. The top 2 teams per group go to a knockout stage. 1A versus 2B and 1B versus 2A. Winners play the final. Losers in the semifinals play third place. The final gets played by the winners of the semifinals. The champion, runner-up, and third place winner go to the CONCACAF Champions Cup next spring. The champion goes straight to the round of 16. We know this. The runners-up and third place go into round 1. Simple. They did, lol. But Robin Hood and Cavalier are in the same pot, so they can't face each other till the knockouts. If they both get out of their groups, if one is 1 and one is 2, group stage week 1 is August 19 to 21, August 26 to 28. Group stage week 2, September 16 to 18, week 3, September 23-25, week 4, September 3rd to October 2nd, week 5. Semifinals in October. It's too fast. 2 teams from the DR, 1 from Haiti, 2 from Jamaica, 1 from Suriname, 2 from Trinidad Tobago, and 2 from the Club Shield, which we don't know where they'll be from. Exactly. Especially for Larcamon. Almada, I'd get it. Larcamon, no, I don't. But he won it too. What else did he do? He was horrible at Cruzeiro. Wasn't that good at Puebla. Wasn't really that good at Leon, but he won a Champions Cup. He isn't that good. Like, they're pretty damn even. Sabal, O&M, Juventus de Cais, Cavalier, Mount Pleasant, Robin Hood, Defense Force, Central FC, and the CFU Shield winners and runners-up there in pot 5, of course. But we have 5 pots to draw, 2 teams per pot, and it's a straight-up draw. The first team that comes out, I guess, will be Group A, and the other will be Group B. Well, it's that simple. Yeah, it's that simple. You've done this before. Should be that simple. It's the first of 2 draws we have today. Transvaal will reach this tournament too. 2 Surinamese teams in this tournament. So they are in the Club Shield. I'd love to see it if they'd make it because they have some good CONCACAF history as well. Early days, but they have some good CONCACAF history, which Robin Hood did too. Would be nice to see them both have a chance. And I guess what, another Jamaican team probably too? Like how Arnett Gardens got in there? Probably. I believe you. Steven Saba. Oh, a former Montreal player, Steven Saba, is helping with this draw. Yeah, he used to play for Montreal. What, 2019, 2020? I think, yeah. Former midfielder. Holy shit, he retired? I know he was former Montreal midfielder, but he retired? How old is he? He can't be over 30. Or at least over 35. That's what MLS does to you, I guess. Or not holding on in MLS does to you. I guess he has a higher standard for himself. Because he could easily just plug away in the Haitian League or Jamaican League if he wanted to. Adrian Reed, Jamaican player. Former Jamaican national team player, helps with his draw as well. Okay. Well, at least they're getting to it quicker than I thought. It's only 4:10. Former defender, Adrian Reed. Yeah, there's a little bit of uncanny valley there. You're right. She did overdo it. You're right. I didn't notice until now, but you're right. Uncanny valley. Now, here's the draw procedures. Why don't you do this at the same time? Single blind system, pot 1 through 5, 2 teams per pot, ranked by the club ranking of these clubs. The highest 2 go into pot 1. The second highest go into pot 2. The second 2 highest go into pot 2. The next best ranked clubs, down to the lowest 2, get put into pot 4. Then the 2 Club Shield champion and runner-up, because we don't know who they are, go into pot 5. Pot 1, the first team drawn goes to Group A. The second team drawn goes to Group B, and so on and so forth till we end the draw through each pot. Pot 2, first and second, third, first and second, fourth, first and second, fifth, first and second. First go to A, second go to B. No country protection. Want to know your thoughts? 3-game ticket packages NYCFC is selling. The game's ticket package includes Nashville, Toluca, Inter Miami, $150 upper deck. Good or bad deal? I say a good deal because you probably get Miami for less if you like times it by 3. Pot 1 has Sabao and Mount Pleasant. Pot 2 has Cavalier and Suriname, or Robin Hood from Suriname. Defense Force FC and O&M. Pot 3. Pot 4, Juventus de Gais, Central FC, and then pot 5 has the CFU Club Shield champion and runner-up. All right. We're on our way. Here we go. Shit, it only took them 15 minutes to get here. Less than 15 minutes, actually. Well, here we go. 5 teams per, 2 teams per pot, and we see how they draw this, and then we'll be back for the Central American Cup draw. And then we'll review both omnibus video. Here we go. Pot 1. First team out into Group A is, we have Mount Pleasant FA from Jamaica. which means Cibal's going to Group B, but let's make sure. So we have Cibao FC of the DR, Dominican Republic, to Group B. All right, pot 2, Cavalier and Robin Hood. Where will they go? Robin Hood can. They've done it before. Transvaal, well, they'd be coming from the same position that Robin Hood did 2 years ago. Who comes out first? Group A will be, if you're Robin Hood, you probably want it to be Group A. It is SV Robin Hood to Group A. The 2023 champions go to Group A. And Cibao and Cavalier will face each other again, this time in the group stage, because Cavalier's going to Group B. Cavalier FC. Pot 3, Defense Force FC and ONMFC. Honestly, Robin Hood should win Group A. They might be a semifinalist. Pot 3, Defense Force and O&M. Who comes out first? Robin Hood probably would want O&M, but O&M FC to Group A. From the Dominican Republic to Group A to join Mount Pleasant and Robin Hood. Defense Force FC, of course, will go to Group B, but we'll see who comes through. Defense Force FC joins Cibao and Cavalier. From Trinidad and Tobago, Defense Force FC. Pot 4, Juventus de Cais and Central FC. Yeah, this is Robin Hood's group to win. Who will join Group A? The final name team for now. Who will join? And it is Central FC from Trinidad and Tobago. Which means Juventus de Cais will go to Group B of Haiti. Juventus de Cais of Haiti will go to Group B. And it is Juventus de Cais. Means pot 5. We're now on to the CFU Shield. Champion or runner-up. And Group A will be the Caribbean Football Union Club Shield champion. To Group A. And then the CFU Shield runner-up will finish up the draw to go to Group B. And it is the CFU Club Shield runner-up to go to Group B. And that's the end of the draw. All right, so the Caribbean Cup, this is simple. Group A, Mount Pleasant FA from Jamaica, SV Robin Hood from Suriname, O&M FC from the Dominican Republic, Central FC from Trinidad and Tobago, and the CFU Club Shield champion in Group A. Group B, we have Cibao FC of the Dominican Republic, Cavalier FC, the defending champions from Jamaica, Defense Force FC from Trinidad and Tobago, Juventus de Cais from Haiti, and the CFU Club Shield runner-up in Group B. And it's that simple, and they only took 20 minutes. Wow. That's shocking. That's shocking. Well, so why are they taking that long to start the Central American Cup draw at 5:30 then? It's a freaking hour. What are we doing? Okay, whatever. But we have our draw finished for the Caribbean Cup. We'll talk about it more. Well, I'll say this much. Robin Hood should win Group A. I believe they should win Group A. Group B, Sabao and Cavalier fighting for first. Do I think it's going to be those two getting out of the group? Yes. Group B is probably more of the group of death because I will say Group B is probably more of the group of death than Group A is. Honestly, well, you could say for Mount Pleasant it is, because I could see them getting jumped by any of the three other teams to be second place. I think Robin Hood should win Group A. Group B, Sabao and Cavalier should be the two teams to advance. The question is who's first place? With that being said, though, CONCACAF's weird. So, that's one. That's one draw. Well, I didn't. I just said Robin Hood should win their group. Now, them, on the other hand, well, Robin Hood won this damn trophy the first time. Why are you dissing them? They're the inaugural champions. They did, though. They did, though. And then, now, of course, they missed last year pretty embarrassingly. I will say that much. Losing in the Club Shield, I think it was, quarterfinals? That was embarrassing. Robin Hood legit should have been back as defending champions, but they bottled it. They bottled it hard. But now they're back because they won the Suriname Major League, because now it's a major league. And they won the first Suriname Major League, so they're in. So they're back to get their title back. I'm really rooting for a Cavalier versus Robin Hood final. Defending champions versus inaugural champions. Come on. We gotta run it back. We gotta run it back. Nice. Again, before we leave, we will restate the groups. Last year was pathetic. Okay, we agree then. Good. Rest in peace to the actor of John Redcorn from King of the Hill. Yeah, that was sad to hear about. I was sad to hear about. With that being said, the Caribbean Cup draw is over. Rigters versus Old Team. And that's it for the Caribbean Cup draw. So with that being said, the Central American Cup draw starts at 5:30 Central, 6:30 Eastern. We'll be back for that. But the Caribbean Cup groups. Group A, again, Mount Pleasant FA from Jamaica, SV Robin Hood from Suriname, ONMFC from the Dominican Republic, Central FC from Trinidad and Tobago, and the CFU Club Shield champion. Group B, Sabao FC from the Dominican Republic, Cavalier FC from Jamaica, Defense Force FC from Trinidad and Tobago, Juventus de Cais from Haiti, and the CFU Club Shield runner-up is what we got. This will start in late August. I think the Central American Cup starts about, a month early? Late July? Yeah. We'll see that schedule then. With that being said, that's that. Good. So it's getting better. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell all your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification and subscribe. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share this with your friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the start of the CONCACAF Central American Cup draw reaction. And then, of course, once both those are over, we'll do a omnibus recap video of both draws because, honestly, that's what makes sense. So we'll recap both draws in one video, starting with the Caribbean Cup, then the Central American Cup, because, well, that's the order. With that being said, I'll see you in an hour for the next draw. Then tomorrow we'll be back for a CONCACAF World Cup qualifier. But that's after we make the recap video as well. But either way, then we have off day Thursday. So there you go. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm running. I'm out. Peace. I can't believe it took this quickly. Good job. They're still going to falter on bullshit the Central American Cup out to an hour, aren't they? Probably. See ya.